the trees. I think it might be a bear or worse. I think you might need to take out your sword and go have a look." He laughed. "A bear? In here?" He laughed again. "This is an indoor garden, Rachel. There aren't any bears in an indoor garden. Maybe it was a shadow. The light does odd things in here." She shook her head. "I don't think so, Father. It was watching me." He smiled and mussed her hair again and put his big hand on the side of her face and hugged her head to his leg. "Then you just stay by me and it won't bother you." She sucked Sarah's foot and nodded as he held her head to his leg. She didn't feel so afraid now that his hand was on her, and so looked over to the trees again. The dark thing, mostly hidden by one of the vine-covered walls, darted closer. Rachel bit down harder on Sarah's foot and let out a little whimper as she looked up at Chase. He was pointing at the boxes. "And just what is that thing, that stone or jewel or whatever it is? Did it come out of the box?" Zed nodded. "It did. But I don't want to say what I think it is until I'm sure. At least not out loud." "Father," Rachel whined, "it's coming closer." He looked down. "Good. You just keep your eye on it for me." He looked back to the wizard. "What do you mean you don't know what to say? Do you think it has something to do with what you said about the veil to the underworld possibly being torn?" Zed frowned while he rubbed his smooth chin with his skinny fingers and looked down at the black jewel sitting in front of the open box. "That's what I'm afraid of." Rachel looked over to the wall to watch where the dark thing was. She gave a start when she saw the hands reach over the edge of the wall. It was a lot closer. But they weren't hands. They were claws. Long, curved claws. She looked up at Chase, at all his weapons, just to be sure he had enough. He had knives, a lot of knives, around his waist, a sword strapped over the back of his shoulder, a big axe hooked to his belt, a few other things that looked like clubs with sharp spikes sticking out of them, hanging from his belt, too, and a crossbow on his back. She hoped it was enough. All the weapons scared other men, but they didn't seem to be scaring the dark thing that was coming closer. And the wizard didn't even have a knife. He just wore that plain tan robe. And he was so skinny, not big like Chase. But wizards had magic. Maybe his magic could scare the dark thing away. Magic! Rachel remembered the magic fire stick Wizard Giller had given her. She reached into her pocket and put her fingers around it. Maybe Chase would need her help. She wouldn't let that thing hurt her new father. She would be brave. "Is it dangerous?" Zed looked up at Chase from under his eyebrows. "If it's what I think it is, and if it were to fall into the wrong hands, dangerous wouldn't even begin to describe it." "Then maybe we should drop it down a deep hole or destroy it." "Can't. We may need it." "What if we hide it?" "That's what I'm thinking. The problem is where. There are things to take into consideration. I need to take Addie to Aidendrill and study the prophecies with her before I know for sure what to do with the stone and what to do about the boxes." "And until then, until you know for sure?" Rachel looked over to the dark thing. It was closer, as close as the wall came to them. With its claws over the top of the wall, it lifted its head up and looked right into her eyes. The thing grinned at her, showing long, sharp teeth. Her breath caught in her throat. Its shoulders shook. It was laughing. Rachel's eyes were as big as they would go. She could hear her heartbeats making a whooshing sound in her ears. "Father," she whined in a small voice. He didn't look down. He just shushed her. The thing put its leg over the wall and dropped down in front, still looking at her, still laughing. Its shiny eyes looked at Chase and Zed. It hissed, and then laughed as it hunched down. Rachel tugged Chase's pant leg and strained to make her voice work. "Father, it's coming." "All right, Rachel." "Zed, I still don't know." With a howl, the dark thing sprang into the open. It ran like a streak, just a blur of black. Rachel screamed. Chase spun just as it hit him. Claws flashed through the air. Chase fell to the ground as the thing leapt on Zed. The wizard's arms flailed about. Flashes of light shot from Zed's fingers, bouncing off the dark thing and